So the first thing we're doing in this video is we are going to be giving the founder a new office setup, okay? Let's get rid of this window for now. Get rid of this window for now. I don't want that window's even there. And we are going to go in and take that wall out of here. And the founder is going to get a brand new office space. And I'm thinking he's probably going to have it be probably right about here should be all right for now. Okay? Now, this used to be the accounting department. That's why that accounting door is there. We're going to get rid of that door, make a big door for the founder. And I can't do that. Hang on. I got to move some things out of the way here. What we're doing this for is because we've moved the accounting department. We need to make this accounting department much better. And so I'm just going to, I don't know if it's a really big deal, but I'm just going to triple the size of the team. I think that's something we can do. Now, I could take this Charlie desk here. I think I'm going to go ahead and, not desk, the door. I think I'm going to leave this door, you know? Let's just leave this door. And then we can have another door right here, which is where I really want it. And I'm just going to call this the founder. All right, that's the founder. Is this enough space? Yeah, that'll work. The founder. Okay. Now, the most profitable award, you would think, as egotistical as he is, you would think that he would have this award, you know, in his own office. And we'd have this big wall here just full of all the awards we've won. And I may do that. And in fact, what I might do is once they've reached like a really pathetic amount of effectiveness, I think we'll just move them into here, you know? That might be a way to go. Like once I'm only getting like 6% effectiveness on something, let's just, you know, move it out of the way. Or let's just get it into this office here. So I think that's how I'm going to play this. So I can go up and down. I can have multiple shelves, I mean. So if I duplicate, right, we can do something like this. And I'm thinking that is a very interesting. Okay, so I can go closer, but not too close. So we can go about here, right? Yeah. There we go. Let's get rid of the vents. We're going to go into floor vents and stuff here anyway. And then I was kind of hoping to make this like a glass surround right here to where everyone can see the trophies. But that requires me to take all this stuff off of the walls. Yeah, something like this. I think maybe this picture can go and we just stick it. Yeah. Where's this other picture right here? This picture here goes right here. Like that. Okay. So this is going to be like our trophy wall, if you will. I think that makes some sense. So we get this and then we go like that. And then we go, oh, gotta move this picture. I love this game, man. It's just so fun. Like I'm supposed to be playing something totally different right now. I'm supposed to be playing Retro Rewind, all right? I have been completely neglecting that game. And I am sorry to those of you who like that series. I like that game too. I just, for whatever reason, I can't stop. I like playing this too, you know? It'd be nice if I could put that clock between these, but I can't. I need the clock for the effectiveness boost of it. So we're going to put that there, and then I want this. Okay, so the founder's office is now kind of like this. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have this be back glass. Because then people can see what he's doing on his computer, you know? And what if he's doing something really, you know, private on his computer? I mean, we don't know what the founder's up to. He could be up to anything. We should probably have this picture be right behind him. That would actually look better, wouldn't it? It'd give me more room for my awards. I think so. Put it right here. It's very narrow trying to get in here is the problem. Compromise. AC is there. Now we're good. Yeah, now we're good. Okay. If we move up, all right, to the second floor, I've redone the lobby area here a little bit, this hallway area a little bit. I've added this nice little rug, kind of has colors that complement the surroundings. I've got these different, you know, couches and stuff with the plants and everything. And then I took these bathrooms that were right here and have been for, I don't know, 20 videos plus at this point. And I moved them to be over here. So there are 4 bathrooms here. I think there used to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it used to be 5. So down 1 bathroom, but whatever. And in exchange, this area is now the new accounting office. All right. And instead of having 3 people in this office, we have now almost tripled the number of accountants in here. And in fact, I would say we have tripled the number of accountants, because it used to be 3 people with one of them as the leader for HR purposes. And now it's way more efficient, because now it's going to be 7 with one of them as a leader, as total for a total of 8, right? So that's going to be way better. So let's go in and check out our accounting team really quick here. So we have 3, and we're doing this as early as possible on January, right? Like, we're just trying to get this as fast as possible. Now, I've got a lot of people on Crunch, and those are very specifically selected, right? So Core is helping with some critical things. I want them to just crunch today. Somebody told me that a team becomes way less effective as soon as you take them out of Crunch, almost like they're got a hangover or something. So that is something to consider. I didn't know that. That said, crunching the research teams, I still think is the best call. Same thing with the lawyers, because their core purpose is what I'm crunching them for. And then after I stop crunching them, like, they can go home and sit at home and pick their nose for 6 months for all I care, right? Like, as soon as the research is done, I have nothing for them to do anyway, so whatever. So I don't care how effective they are at that point. Same thing with the suits. I don't care how effective they are. But now, core team, that's something else to consider. So I'll keep that in mind for core. But everything else needs to happen. Same thing with games. They have to rush ZCOM today. And for the next several months, they're going to be, hitting ZCOM pretty hard. That said, I'm not going to do the review. I'll pay for the review, but I'm most likely not going to iterate on it, because it resets the art and the code here. And if I don't think it's worth it, like maybe this thing says like an 8.8 or something, not worth it. But maybe if it's like a 6.5, maybe we'll, let that go a little bit longer and we'll iterate again, right? But for now, I need accountants. So let's go to accounting and let's make sure that our accounting team is going to be awesome. 8 people total in the accounting office, which is the number of desks that I have in the accounting office. So there you go. Everything looks good. They got a television in here as well. And obviously the founder to, continue with our egotistical pattern of always having the founder in every single workplace. There we go. Yeah. Now this award here is, are you very effective? 12.5%. Okay. When this thing gets down to like maybe sub 10% effectiveness, that's when I'm going to move it into the founder's office pretty much. So we'll keep an eye on it, but yeah, that's how I'm going to play it. That takes care of that. So we're at $138 million. If I scroll down, I got all my researchers at the bottom now. I got tired of moving them all up at the time, so we're just going to leave them at the bottom. We can get one, then the patent comes down here, and that's fine. It's easier for me, I think, to just scroll down and look than it is to constantly move them to the top, right? So that's how we're going to do it. We have some notes to go through. Yeah, I do. So my tasks is accounting. Did that already. Done. Waveform 2 is going to be released with our project management team. So if I take a look at project management, Waveform, the next iteration is due to be released. And right now it's in the beta phase, right? And it is due to be released in July of 1996. We're going to see how that works. This is the first time we've had anything, at least in this playthrough, released with project management. So we want to see how that turns out. We'll wait until July to make that happen. Then we're going to release Char today. We're also going to release ZCOM today and also get all the updates into it to bypass any royalties and stuff we have to pay. And then we're going to begin Char Engine 3 right away using the new MMO features that are available this year. And then once we have Char Engine 3 started in development, we're then going to prioritize getting World of Wizards 2 going and maybe Sailing Stars 2 as a sequel. We can start getting that going too. And I just, again, accidentally clicked the cache tree. But that kind of reminds me I probably should periodically go through and empty these cache trees, right? How are they supposed to add more money to them if I don't empty them out? It's a good point. It's a very good point. Although I'm not really doing much with my offshore account, am I? Let me see how progressed we are in taxes after we make this day go by just a little bit faster. So you can see gold prices have actually risen since we bought. That's great. Those are going up. And you know what? Procuring another $1 million worth could be good. I think maybe we'll procure maybe $10 million worth. I've got a lot of money, and I don't know if there's a bad, and I don't know how long it takes to do this, but with my accounting team being bigger now, maybe we don't try to do this during tax month, though. Maybe that's not good. See, this is a 6.6. I think it is worth iterating it then. All right, you know what? Fine. We will... Yeah, right here. I need to iterate based on that feedback. So let's do that. And of course, it's going to take, take us into the next team coming in the morning in order to make that happen. Let's zoom us over this direction. I like looking at the building from this side. All right, there's the iteration. Not quite finished. There it goes. And so we're back at 50-50. Now, this is it, though. This is the version. Whatever we come up with here, that is it. And we probably want to make sure... because Core is helping us with something really critical there. We need to push the ZCOM further. So that's what we're doing. We have other people that want to join our network. Funcom was closed down and can no longer carry the publishing duties for Sharpened Sword. Well, how'd it do? Can you believe it, guys? Sharpened Sword is now my game without a publisher. That's our first RPG. All this time, yeah. Let's go ahead and promote that, get that DLC cranking in beta now. The artwork here needs to be done, but once that's done, it'll be Games 2 will be working on Sharpened Sword again. Yeah, where's that? Sharpened Sword. There's Games 2's. That's Games 2's projects, right? So we got that happening, and then they're just beta testing this stuff now, which is no big deal. Right now, it says we don't have any optimization, and I think that's probably because we're filing, like we're getting our tax report going. So as soon as we get, oh, look, guys, look, I did it. We passed the fire inspection. Now, don't build anything else. All done. I think silver is still going down, though, right? It was kind of going up, and then it kind of teetering down. So my silver investment's not so good. But you know what? I think gold might be on the rise. I don't know. It's kind of flatlining, so I'm not really sure. Copper's coming down, though. Like, copper's got to come down. It's way too expensive. That's WPS Office 366, right? So we can get the printing for this. This is from Monday.com. Now, let me check out their stock really quick. So they're worth 20 million right now. 7.7% of their stock is available in the market. Steady rise in the balance, and they're about to release a new product. Right? This is their 365. They're just going to make 366. Did it just assume because there's a 5 here that the next one should be 6? I'm looking forward to Microsoft Office 370. 371, right? Anyway, this is a 3-star product. This is what they had before. They made some pretty decent profits on this. I want to see their company, though. Has an inspiring person office software. I think it's going to do pretty well. And you know what? Let me buy that. I'm going to spend some money on Monday.com as well. We'll see how well that does. Now, when is this product releasing? Your pipeline here. So that is the 366. If I look at the event calendar, this is a 2D editor, so it's going to be later in the year, it looks like. Yeah, Office 366 is in December. That's fine. But we're printing it already, so I guess they're just getting a head start on their printing. Got a lot of people on vacation. So let's go ahead and finish the review, and our distribution is 9.3. Let's go ahead and iterate that again. Just a really quick, fast iteration here. Oh, we have more shares available. Moby Systems has more shares available. Let me see. You're in the inspiring. I mean, yeah, I think you're still on track. I guess I'll go ahead and take that. I'll buy that. That's fine. So I'm just kind of getting into investments with companies that have products that I might want to do. Well, Monday.com is not that way, but from Monday.com, I'm just seeing it as a way to make some money. But some of these companies, I might want to acquire them in the future. I might want to get... might want to get their lead designer or something, go to my make him a subsidiary of me or that kind of thing, right? So I want to start buying them now so that I can take advantage of that possibility later. Do we want to take Sharpened Sword, start development on that? We could. I mean, it's our first RPG. We don't expect it to do super well, but if I market this, I can determine the release date now. I get more control over that now. So why don't I develop this? I'm going to have this graduate to development now for Sharpened Sword. We can get that going. I think we start 2D research now too, because the system is nearly done. All right, so with this many accountants, you see the optimization for last year, right? We owe $33 million in taxes. We only optimize $638,000. But if we go to 1996, this is closer to what I was hoping for, right? We want to get this optimization number to kind of be, closer to like 10% of what we owe. So now we have nearly $1 million of optimization, and we owe just over $10 million in taxes. That's much, much closer. 3D research is done. Let's go ahead and get that going. System research is done. We'll get that going. Yeah, price of gold is going up. Again, I don't know if it's going to continue to go up, but I think I'm going to buy $10 million worth of gold just to do it. So we're going to have accounting team procure for our vault that is not accessible by people. Can't find a toilet. That's just... sounds like a you problem, man. It's right there. Yeah, you can. See? Toilet. I am noticing a lot of messes on this floor. I'm wondering if maybe we could have just some dedicated cleaners on this. Like if I said, for example, we don't have any room groups, right? So this is a thing we can do, is we can create groups of rooms and then assign certain staff to those groups. So we're going to create a room group. I'm going to call this one super dirty. I don't know. This is the super dirty group. And I can assign specific staff to this group. So if I go over to my managed staff, and let's say we get all the cleaners. There's a lot of cleaners here. But, I mean, like if I put you, this is 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. We could then have somebody who comes in around 4 a.m. From 8 p.m., right? We'll have you assigned to the super dirty group as well. And we can go through that and just make sure there's one cleaner just in here at all times, keeping the whole place clean, right? That's it. It's like a dedicated cafeteria staff sort of thing. And is it worth it? Probably not. It's probably not worth doing this at all, but we're going to do it anyway. So these two now are lined up for that. So we'll just assign rooms, and there we go. And if we have any other rooms that are like super dirty, then we'll add them to the group. Now down here, I've been meaning to try this too. We don't need this. Just to keep in mind, we don't need this because there's not enough servers. But if this thing gets really loaded, then we probably need somebody down here as a dedicated IT for this. Actually, we do need this up here. So on the very top floor, we could add this room and this room. So this is going to be solar. The solar group, okay? Real straightforward is these are the rooms that have all of our solar panels in it. So we just add this to solar. Yep. And then now we go in to our maintenance guys and 6 to 10. Let's just have you two. All right. No big deal. You're dedicated to solar now. So these guys are just going to make sure that our solar panels are always good. As I expand, I get more people. I start getting more maintenance people hired, random, all this stuff. No matter how, overloaded the maintenance team is, the solar rooms remain intact all the time, right? Because they're dedicated. Those two guys are dedicated to solar panels. I don't know if I need that many, but in fact, I could probably just click them and it would tell me whether or not I need that many. So like this one's 93, 56, 62. I mean, they're not 100, but they're also not danger close to, exploding or anything. So I probably don't need a dedicated person to this or 2 dedicated people to it. Maybe I don't need 2 dedicated people to it. Yeah, maybe I take this guy from 8 to 12 overnight, Maybe we just have you assigned to nothing. All right, it's the morning. The accountant team is about to come into their office. Let me see how well they do in procuring. That was fast. They got it. Now, I'm just going to take and stop their crunch. Now, again, I know that they're less effective once you stop their crunch. You've said that, but I really don't need them to do much from now on. Like, they've got the gold that I wanted and everything's fine. So I'm just going to do this. They can have their, I don't know, their hangover or whatever you want to call it. And I have all this gold. So now I can come down to my vault, which is way over here and not connected to anything. I can barely see inside. I probably shouldn't do it this way, but this is how I see it, is like this makes it impossible to steal it. And then we can just buy this. And that's a big one. Wow. Look at that. Boom. That's a lot of gold right there. Kind of makes me want to go get another one. Huh? I mean, if it goes up, then great. But now, what's the purpose of this stuff, right? Like, why do this? Is this like are we trying to be Scrooge McDuck, right? Well, let's say, as a hypothetical, I was to sell these gold bars right here. So why don't I sell this? Now, what's going to happen here, as I understand it, is that my gold money that I get from selling is going to go into my offshore account. And then I can funnel that money into actions right over here, okay? I don't know exactly which the good parts about these actions are, but I'm just going to do it. So we're going to have this. I'm going to sell this gold. And now I have available to me corporate espionage, paying off employees, black market, right? And have them leave amicably. Maybe they have they 500 friends and I don't want them all to be mad at me. I can make them quit instead. You know, that kind of thing. Let's see. $50,000. If I click this. Oh, okay. So we got one 90s computer. We got a whole bunch of stuff in here. But we can sell it all for 25,000. So didn't get it. Or I can put it all in my inventory and use it. It says the total value of all this stuff is $168,000, but I just why is it worth that much? What in here is worth that much? I don't see a car in here. Big plant, benches, laptop. Oh, there's 2 medium product printers. That's pretty good. That's where the bulk of it is, actually. The 2 medium product printers make this worth it, but only if I put it into my inventory, right? So I'd have to put this stuff in. And then what happens if I sell it afterwards? There's 2 TVs in here too. Tripod lamps, sprinklers, small product printer. So I also want to see what happens here. So if I put this in inventory, I mean, it's like an inconsequential amount of money for me anyway right now, right? So I put it in inventory. Distribution. So I have 1 small product printer now, right? I got this from the black market. Whoops. So if I take this and I place it on conveyor belt, like, it will work for me, right? It's gonna do things. It's gonna print things, right? So I have 151,609,325. If I sell this now, I got nothing. Yeah, my money didn't go up at all. It's going up naturally from the other things that are happening, but it didn't go up at all when I sold it. So if I put my medium product printer, this is one of the 2 that I got. Normally these things are like 50K a pop. Yeah. So like that already pays for it, having 2 of these things. But if I sell this, again, here's my money. I'll just leave it in build mode maybe, or maybe not. Hang on. I don't know if it matters whether you're in build mode or not. We'll just do it in build mode. So 151,624,709. If I sell this, nothing. So if you put it in inventory, it's because you plan to use it. That's pretty much it. Which, I mean, in this case, I still have 1 of those medium product printers that I got, and that's still worth it. So Dolby Laboratories just became a company in December, and they've released Photo Line in this month. Okay, they have a 4-star review on this, which is pretty good, and I think they're gonna probably go places here. Again, just gonna buy a little bit of their stock, and by a little bit I mean buy as much as they're allowing me to buy, so I can get in on the ground floor of that company as well. Just want to have a piece of everything, at least if it's gonna be successful. And Zcom is up to 91% code now, thankfully. I think I'm gonna go ahead and unassign Core on that, because Core has too many jobs right now. They have too many tasks. So now they're down to 5. I'm not sure where the other 2 are, because they should have only, they have only 2. They have the engine, and then they have the alpha for char, and then everything else. Well, okay, so I think project management is making them, like they're a developer for these projects too, like a backup developer kind of thing. So I think maybe once the new distribution platform is out, I'm probably going to take them off of Crunch and let them, cool it. So Legendary Sales and Red Giants are both out today. Seems pretty good, right? So let's go in and make that happen. I think also the Frozen Lands DLC, we can probably put an end to the marketing on that, or at least reduce it. So do like a $6,000 budget on that. And then we'll come down to the patent for architecture is done. So get that out of the way. And then I think this patent here for 3D, we're going to make sure that happens after the system is like way over here. And then the 2D research is still kicking, still cruising. I probably want to get other teams to help them on that though, because they don't really have much to do. I know that they don't, like there aren't very many people in these teams that have the skills for that, but at least it's something. So let's get all research teams pushing on that. Let's see how Red Giant is. Red Giants. Relatively unknown. Never encountered a bug. Okay. Great quality. Oh, yeah. So really just about the well-known part. Marketing campaign for this one. Let's go 20,000. Yeah. And then we'll print 30,000 on that. That's fine. Okay. That's going to take care of that one. Now we release Legendary Sales. So 2 separate DLCs coming out right at the same time. That feels very typical. Works very smoothly. Magnificent piece of work. Great quality. All the things. Loving it. Again, 25,000 on that one, I guess. And we'll go another 30,000 copies for that one too. All right. Now we're going to have a little bit of a problem with keeping up with FreeDOS over here. At least for a little while. But you know what? That's fine. I have a lot more printers I can use. You know, I can just maybe copy this many for now. There. That should be good enough to hold up. Yeah, there we go. Okie dokie. Now we just keep cranking. Now I did say next video, last video, so I said this video, I would do manufacturing hardware stuff. I'm not ready to do that just yet. I am going to expand this building out and probably expand the parking all the way to the end so that more trucks can be here. And in fact, I probably could, because I am seeing some trucks. Oh my God, some. Many trucks parking in here now. So maybe it's worth kind of going in and doing the parking here. Is it this direction? Yeah. So I think it's worth probably getting that going. Just some extra parking spaces for everybody here. So make sure it's deliveries. And then this one is deliveries. And then this one, and this one are also deliveries. Burglars are here. Now, if the burglars can get into my vault, you'd think they'd target that because that's nearly over $10 million in one single room, right? So if they could get in there, you'd think they'd target it. It's only 6 p.m. But will they get in there is the question. Like, we have a lot of trucks here picking things up and not a lot of packages. I'm not sure what's going on with auto courier here. It might, that might be bugged out. I might have to look at that. But, yeah, camera's definitely going to see you guys. So bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let me just check auto courier really quick here. I don't think it's been hiring and firing. I think every time you load the game, I feel like it's not doing the job it should do. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, is it going to... Staffing okay, 47 couriers printed, but is it going to realize that it's the one that hired them? I don't know if it is. So I'm just going to go back in and wipe the board just to be sure. So we just get rid of that, and now all of a sudden they instantly hire 39 more. So I think now it's realizing. I mean, we do have a lot of boxes built up. I just wanted to make sure. I'm not sure that's necessary. Yeah. We have some people unhappy with their job. These are people in games 1 because they have been crunching so long to try to get these games out. And this is 98% done now. So what I'm going to do, I don't want to do it because then they'll be less effective, but I can't have them unhappy. They'll start making demands and things like that. I'm going to take them all off of crunch. I realize this makes them less effective for now. And take them off of crunch. I don't need the system research team to be crunching anymore. I just need the suits. So only the suits are crunching now. And it's because we need to get these patents out. So we're going to have that one going. So we have the system patent. I have them focus on one at a time here really quick. The 3D one is happening now. And then as we roll over the day, we're up almost 200 million in the bank. So let me just take a look and see how many tasks they have. So char distribution platform, this will be done. I mean, this is an alpha, but I mean, as soon as this is done, It's not even that urgent that we get this done, to be honest. So why don't I just pause that? Because that's core, and I really need core to hit the engine instead. So there's only 2% more here for this team to do. I just don't know if it's going to get it done or not, right? And so I have to just kind of pay attention and watch that. Yeah, I can't seem to get this to be over 95% on the code here. It's just not progressing. We got a lot of stuff that's just not quite done. But I can't get it to do it. I got all these teams on it. There's technically just these 3 on there right now, but that's a lot of teams. Thing is, though, right, these guys were crunching. So they're probably, again, way less effective, right? So I'm just going to have to take the hit on that, I guess. Got some education to do with core. Let's put you... I kind of don't want to educate you right now. I want you working on this. I think anyone that's in core teams not getting educated until a little bit later. You're in 2D teams, so let's get you 2D coding experience. You're in 3D teams, so it makes sense to give you 3D, but no, it's network. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. So Roman Boone has their creativity narrowed down from 67% to 80 as his range. So unfortunately, that just like a lot of this range just got completely eaten up. It's a real drag, but you know what? At least we're learning, right? We're seeing, hey, you know, you did an okay job on this one project. I think even with 95% code, I'm going to go ahead and promote this. We can just fix those bugs in beta. I mean, we could fix the bugs after release too, if we could just get that thing to 100%. Same thing here, this 98% stuff, you know, it just like completely stalls out and doesn't proceed. Yeah, like I can't get it to move. This has been 3 months at 95% right now. Remember, it is July. And so we can see here that Waveform, they've actually begun designing Waveform 3 already. So Waveform 2 is out. Now, the question I have, because my marketing stuff is going really slowly. I'm noticing like all my marketing stuff is going pretty slowly. So I'm wondering if the marketing budget for that is like set to unlimited or something. So let me just take a look at my releases, and we have Waveform 2 is here. It's not properly rated yet because it just released. Sparse marketing and 50,000 in stock. They're doing that, but are they like, what's the policy on marketing for this? How do I know what they're doing? Well, did I just click the tree? Hey, look, we're getting money again. Look, I don't know what the marketing, I guess market right here. No, it's expenses, server, printing, marketing, 306,000 on this right now. Like I feel like this is overblown. How do I get them to not do that? If I go through like post marketing, handle marketing, yes, I want that, but I don't want you to blow all of our profits on it. So how do I manage what the budget is on marketing that without taking control of it myself, right? I know how to take control of it myself, but I just don't. I mean, do I just do it here? Because this is taking over myself, right? Isn't this doing it myself? If I just say 40,000 and hit OK, I think that probably takes over. Yeah, it's right here. So I can see, let's bring this up for a second. I want it right here just so I can take a look at it. And then we can patent 2D. So the 2D patent's done. All the patents are done for this year. Let's grab our suits and give them a much deserved vacation for at least the next 6 months. Not really a vacation, just like, you know, they're going to be less effective anyway. I can send them on a cruise or something. So the project management team Waveform just released Audio Tool Waveform 2. That happened, but again, I want to know. So right now they're at the 91 tech levels. They should be getting upgraded. There should be an update that comes out for that. But we're going to keep a look at this because I haven't done project management in a long time, and this is the first time where all of this stuff is just autonomously gone. But that said, I did just take over the marketing for it. So that's not a good representation of what it would be like. We can take a look at Image Shop in 1997 because this is going to release then. And again, I have marketing, handle marketing. Let the project manager handle post marketing and setting the budget. Otherwise, marketing tasks will appear in the task list for you to manage. So it says asking them to set the budget. So how do I get them to set the budget? Or rather, not that. How do I give them like a cap for that budget? Because it looked like the dude wasn't allowing me to do that. Like, it doesn't look like there's any setting that allows that, unfortunately. This is still 96%. I have to promote this, right? Like 99% on ZCOM. We got to do some bug fixes. So I feel like this one's getting promoted, 99% code. We promote that. And then, games one, they're not very effective, right? We know that already. Yeah, less people isn't going to be the answer either at this point. So I think we just send it because it's next month. It's got to be released. So why don't we just send this? We'll promote it now. This goes to beta 2, or beta as well, I suppose. And then we just say core handles this and games one handles this. And then they'll just release, and then I want them to fix this distribution platform too. That also needs done. So there's just a lot of things for these teams to do. So that's something to take a look. Review of Waveform 2. So we got a 3 out of 5 for our reputation recognition, a 5 out of 5 for quality, and a 4 out of 5 for bugs. And then now they're also going to be, churning out updates and everything for it now too. So yeah. Okay. I like that. I think core just has too many things to do. I need dedicated teams for these things. And I think that's the reason why, because now core, right, they are the backup teams for all of these project management things too. And I think they're just getting overloaded. That on top of, being in crunch and then not being in crunch, it's making them super ineffective right now. I'm changing the release date for Sharpened Sword to be, I think, September of 98. That should give me enough time to develop it and get it kicked out really well. So we're going to upgrade that. We're going to push it forward. And then hopefully the press will report that and all these things. Okay, so I want to send out a press build for the Char engine. And I want to send out a press build for ZCOM, but I can't do that. Hal says, no, I can't do that. Derek Farmer. So you're a leader. And you're getting leadership skills. So you had multitasking and automation. I've been waiting for you to get education so that all these people that I've been having to click for education, right? Because he's the guy for audio team. So now he can handle the education. Okay, this is the month to release the new Char engine, guys. Here we go. We're up to 290,000, almost $290 million. Need to release Char engine today. And Moby Systems has more shares. Do I want those? Seems good so far. Want to see your company's... you have unavoidable marketing on your engine. Yeah, I'm getting a piece of that pie. So yes, we will take those shares. And then Char engine. I didn't quite get the press release done for this. Like, we were working on this for a long time, but it just didn't happen. So whatever, Char engine doesn't have any followers, and that's just the way it goes. So we released this. Yeah, it's okay. We're going to fix all that stuff. So marketing budget for that, we're going to go 40,000 for now. Let's print 40,000 copies as well, I guess. We'll go ahead and do that. And then I need to start immediately getting it upgraded, right? So it's all in 1990 tech levels. I swear, if anyone makes a mod, if there was one mod that I really wanted to have, we just hold shift, by the way. You don't have to click it all the time. If one great mod would be allowing me to upgrade the tech levels during development. And I think that should be an option to do during the beta phase. And then it would be an either or thing. You're either fixing bugs or upgrading the tech. And then that way you be finding new bugs as you have the most upgraded tech, right? So see right here, photos, 2D editor. I don't have one that can go to this tech level. Pixel Forge 2 can do this. They've been managing that one. They've been upgrading that. Waveform 2, already updated, ready to go. But the 2D editor is not. And so that is Image Shop 3. And we need that going to 96. So I need these guys to work on that now. And then I can get the engine upgraded from there. In the meantime, though, why don't I go in and see what I can do here anyway? What can I do? So if I want the 2D, can I have that? Yeah, I can bring the 2D to 94, and then everything else can be brought up in the meantime. Yeah. And then core will hit this. I'm going to have, yeah, like a whole bunch of people hit this. Everybody just does it. I don't know if that's probably super inefficient, right? Just having so many cooks in the kitchen. I feel like in the initial stages, it really accelerates it, but then it stalls out at the end, right? I think that's kind of what I've been told, that, you know, like it's on par with my experience there. So I probably shouldn't do that. Core, once they're done with this, then I think I'm going to give them a significantly reduced workload here, and then start setting up a dedicated team for the engine, and start a dedicated team for the distribution platform. It probably doesn't even need a dedicated team. If it does, then it would be like maybe 5 or 6 people at most. Finally, it is done. Promote this thing. So we now have Char, the distribution platform, is now done, popped into beta. We can start fixing bugs in that. I think I want to have a dedicated team for these guys. I think I want to swap this to where the secondary dev team is just a general support team, so that I can focus on, like, core. For me, core is the team that I personally manage, and that eventually will be the only team that I personally manage, right? Because that's my team. That's the founders team. And the nighttime one is just to help complement that. So I think having core having to pitch in for these guys all the time is really dragging it down. Yeah, I want to do something about that. So I want to have, there's an updates team already. There's updates N, and I think I want to get the updates team updated. So currently we have this room right here. This is updates N. They're in this room. There's only 16 computers. And I think I want a daytime team for this one, right? Now we're going kind of in reverse, where we're going to get, it's contracts team again, right? But now it's going to be the updates team. So maybe one person out of core. Core only has 17 people in it though. And the thing is, 17 people is way under the 26 this office can provide. I think I want to add more people to core too. Let's do both of these things. So programmers are specifically what we need for core. We're going to have secondary roles as designer, but I need programmers for this team. Marcus Hutchinson, I could have you be a mentor to a variety of people that are in here. I could have this entire team be medium and then have you be a mentor. I think I like that idea. We're going to switch you to the updates team right there. And then we'll organize this entire search around Marcus Hutchinson, with the idea anyway that we are going to be training these guys. So we'll go medium salary here. Let's see. Most of the things you're going to be helping with are probably system related and maybe some architecture stuff. I'm seeing, like, yeah, it kind of doesn't matter, does it? Just a general mix of people. All right, so I've got 15 people. This team needs a leader. In my notes, I have Ira Brooks from core is the next team lead. So Ira Brooks from core is going to move over here into updates. So we're going to come back to core. There are 23 people in this group. Find Ira Brooks, and you are going to now move to the updates team, and now you are their leader. And then updates, you know, we still need the standard HR management stuff to apply. So we'll go ahead and do that. A recap on her leadership skills. They're not bad. They're going to improve. She has 3 points left though. So she's going to spend those 3 points, hopefully popping them into her automation skill, so that we can get her on project management too in the future. So updates is going to be in this office. There are 16 computers. There are now 16 people. No big deal. Very good. The next thing then is to go into our project management, and let's just extend all of these. And what I want is for the secondary dev team stuff, I want this to change to be updates instead. So these are the guys that are going to support you now. Okay. Yeah, so right over here, secondary dev team, these guys don't even have that. But that's okay, because we're going to get them assigned there now like that. Okay. So 2 teams working on YOLO. That was kind of always the thing, but I think I'd rather get the other RPG team working on an RPG, because there's just too many designers here, right? So I think I'd rather do that. So what I'm going to do is take whoever the lead designer is here. It's Ivan Schmidt right here. So you're in 2A. So as long as I keep 2A on this, you're fine. So let's take RPG 2B away from this And now this game can proceed with a little bit more respectable number, especially the programmers and stuff. Much closer to where it should be. Not as many cooks in the kitchen there. And then we need a project for 2B. We don't have a working framework yet done for RPGs, because despite saying over and over again that that is what I want to focus on, our first few games were actually adventure games. And the Char RPG framework is not for RPGs, it's for our adventure games, right? So what we need to do is wait for Sharpened Sword to be released, and then that can be where the framework goes. So I probably will move this and accelerate this. So let's have RPG 2B. You guys are actually going to take over this project, Sharpened Sword. That's going to be your project. And then Games 2, I think we're going to have you guys make the sequel to your game that you were making before. Okay? And this is already designed, so I can switch the team, no problem. What you guys made before, right, was Sailing Stars. And this was a product of 2B, or Games 2. So I think Games 2 could make the sequel. That makes sense, right? So we can take Sailing Stars as long as Char Engine 2 is updated to the latest stuff. And there's already an update in progress on that. It's taking forever. Let's have Games 2 help out with that. But like, I think I want you guys to make the sequel to Sailing Stars. Before we do that, though, we might as well get some more add-on content for the original, because that's a little bit faster. So why don't we grab another expansion pack, and we're going to call this one. So before it was Red Giants, now it's going to be Blue Dwarves. No, dwarfs, like this. Yeah. Now this is like stars, okay? They're just blue, and they're smaller stars, okay? Games 2, there we go. And you guys are going to choose, of course, our engine, the original Char engine. We're not doing this with Char Engine 2. And the price for this is kind of ridiculous. Let's go 30. Develop. So they're going to work on Blue Dwarfs instead. And the RPG team will actually take over on the development of the RPG. Okay, so now we kind of have people working on things that make sense for that team. Didn't I say the engine was going to get overloaded? Mm-hmm. Yep. So engine is overloaded. Now that people are starting to use these features, we will need to support them. So let's go in. Now, this, of course, they're using it Vapor as a fallback, right? So they're not going down. Vapor's just taking the fallback, right? But we want to, of course, have it be itself. So let's just try getting a couple more here and see if that solves the problem for engine. There we go. Also, somebody mentioned that I can use the Y key. And now you can see where every office is. You can see where people are. So this is core and core N. This is just Charlie's office, right? Reception, you can see where all the different teams would be. And it also kind of gives you a good idea of the layout as far as like where I can advance. So like right here is the only office left. I only have one spot left where I can add a team before I need to add another floor. Which, you know, adding another floor is not that big of a deal. But I'm trying to avoid it right now. I don't want a lot of empty space. I got things really just packed in, and it feels pretty good. Like, I'm all right with not having these above my rooms all the time. I'm not going to say it's like ruining my immersion or anything, but I'm okay with not having them above my rooms all the time. But if I do want to find someplace, just hitting the Y key. I know it exists now, so thanks for that. Let's actually improve this a little bit. And I think probably we're going to need this room to come out a little bit, aren't we? Right here and then here. Yep. So I need that to be just one more floor out, or one more tile out, or whatever you want to call it. So I think, yeah, the engine is, the more people that start using this engine, the bigger this is going to be too. So let's go ahead and connect those. And now the engine server capacity is much improved. And we can keep an eye on that too. This should go way down. There it is. And then, you know, again, as that happens, and more people start to use it, really is the thing. The more users that gets, the more servers I'm going to need there. And then also, we're going to start using it for our own products as well. So, yeah. I think we released Char, the new distribution platform. I'm going to release it. I know it's got a few bugs, but I mean, it's going to be harder for us to find those bugs by ourselves. You know, support requests and things, and then we can find the bugs faster and fix them. So I'm kind of okay with that. Right now, I just have the suits doing it. They're not very effective at that. So I think I'm just going to release it. Now, I want to see what happens here. And maybe we save. Boom. Creativity of Sky Gross has been narrowed down to 69 to 71. Oh, that's horrible. Wow. She was 62 to 100. And it's just like, pew. Oh, man. Hey, it's good that we got this out of the way with something like the engine, right? So got that out of here. Sky Gross is not the lead in anything else, so yikes. Also, pretty sure I was supposed to release ZCOM last month, so that happened. Product is overdue and losing followers. Yeah, whoops. Time to release that. Price of the software is currently a lot higher. Should be 20. Fine. We'll release it as 20. Yes, it's late, but only just so. And the thing is, Firaxis, right? Like, Firaxis didn't promote this, you know? Forgot to tell anyone about their product. Yeah, no shit. Not going to order copies. We're just going to print, let's say, 50,000 of them for now. Yeah, that's a real shame. Now, Isla Tate has been narrowed down to 65 to 84. And then Edith Cunningham is down between 68 and 73. So also major bang right down, super low. You still have a chance to be inspiring, but man, I feel like you basically have to poach it from other companies. It's really hard to find visionaries in this game. You basically have to purchase them. You have to find them with other companies and stuff, right? Which, you know, we can always try that out. Hey, look, Sony Ericsson is in the game now. They have 0 products, it says. Every company that comes in the game seems like they're worth $460 million. And then it reshuffles, or, you know, then it corrects it, right? Because like Alcatel was worth this much, but now they're worth half that. But if you take a look at their chart, their stock didn't drop by half. Yeah, like this makes no sense. They came in here, and then the very next month they were worth like less than that. So that's kind of how this happened. Like they came in worth this much, and then it just dropped them down here, and then they slowly build it from there. And that's happened a couple of times now. I wonder if that's just like something that this mod is doing. So I feel like this one here, like 454 is what it was worth, and then just bang down to 188 again, right? And then Sony Ericsson probably do the same thing. What else? Huawei. I think you guys did the same thing, right? Yeah. So they came in worth $450 million, and then just in April to May, boom, auto corrected down to about 188. So it's like the same trend every single time. Okay, so just in case you're curious, support for Char, right? The distribution network, it is up to 8 million active users, and it did reset. So these are verified bugs and stuff that we've seen on the new version. Go to distribution platform. They're still with me. I own 29% of the market. We actually have a lot of companies that are choosing not to go with my competitors at all. So that's very good. I'm locking this at 14 though. Not going to get super greedy with it. The quality is still not 100% here. It doesn't look like it really gained much. But because I have extra features now, it should help. I think that should help me out a lot. And then we are fixing those bugs too. So that's not just, where is it? Right here. It's not just verifying the bugs. I'll actually move this so I can zoom in and have them next to each other. So it's right there. All right. So the bugs, we find them right here, find them, and then we fix them. And, I could have the updates team maybe help with that a little bit, make that go a little faster, but updates is already kind of busy doing their own thing. Could also have that be like a big priority, because once we have these bugs fixed, well, I'm just hoping everybody gives me 14% of their sales. So like, think about it this way, right? How much domination this is. All right. Imagine you're selling a software product right now. Okay. I'm just throwing this out here. You're developing a product. Let's say it's an operating system. Let's say it's a game. Doesn't matter what it is. You're giving me 5% from the system patent. You're going to give me another 2.4% from architecture. You're going to give me another 3.1% from your 3D tech. If it's from 2D, if it's a 3D product, you're giving me another 1.6. If audio is involved in your product, I get another 1.4. If you have any networking features, I'm getting another 3.6%. That's my cut as a royalty. Then when you distribute it on my platform, I take another 14% from there. I'm basically taking a quarter of your profits. Revenue. I'm taking a quarter of your revenue. Like, this is a top line thing. This is off the top. Before you get yours, for every dollar, I'm getting 25 cents, you know? I mean, that's pretty extreme. Optimization is not keeping up at all. Look at that. It's not keeping up at all. I need a much bigger tax. I mean, like December, right? Like, this is the time where you spend money to avoid taxes. How do I do that? Do I build another floor? Okay, cool. That's going to cost me $100,000. Not even, you know? Like, there's nothing I can do. I can build a ton of servers, I guess, to make my expenses go down. I don't make my expenses go up. I mean, like, I could just do this, I guess. Like, Vapor gets bigger because, I don't know, it's a bigger platform now, so we want to upgrade it. Yeah, connect them all up. Vapor's bigger now. Let's go over to our SCM, make sure that's solid. I mean, it is, right? I feel like that's definitely solid. And then Engine, how's that doing? Engine is at 60.5%. Like this. So, I mean, we just need more of these too, right? So we just kind of make it bigger. I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well spend the money right before the turn of the month, or turn of the year, but like, it doesn't matter. And then I want to tell them I want to buy 100 million in gold. Yeah, maybe. That seems excessive, but maybe. I can funnel that through here, but then that's definitely going to get me heat, I feel. Maybe not. Maybe the heat comes from illegal activity. But maybe I'll be audited. Oh, I see. So I'll be audited here, which is like whatever, right? I mean, it's not a big deal to be audited as long as you're above board. It's when you're not above board that it matters. Look at that. They're just done. I mean, you know, we could do it again. I mean, they're getting it super fast, so why not? When you crunch these guys, they're so fast. There's gold. All right, I got a bunch of gold in this room that, you know, nobody can reach. You can't even see it. And the reason why you can't see it, right, it's very simple. I'm not putting lights in here because if I put lights in here, then they could catch fire. That's it. If I don't put any lights in here, no electronics, no nothing, no climate control, no nothing, then this is completely secure. It's completely safe. There's no, I mean, I'd have to put stairs here and then I can get down in there, but like still, it's no point. So I just have, I guess, more gold. We'll just buy more gold and stick gold in here. But like, that doesn't even help with my taxes. That's just, it's not counting as expenses here, right? My tax optimization is $2 million. Big whoop. Well, I like this. I don't know how much longer to play though. See, that's the thing I have a problem with, is like, at some point, you get to the point where it's like, okay, he's never going to fail. And that's kind of where we are now. There's no failure happening here. But is there challenge still? Like, my challenge was to take over the gaming industry. Right? My challenge was to have everyone playing my games. Well, we haven't done that yet, right? I'm barely even recognized in gaming, right? So that's still the challenge. It's just that I have a lot of money to put towards it now. And, well, I have a lot more building space too. I could get, 20 more teams and kick out 20 games a year. And that might be where I go. I could try new things. Maybe we could try having our teams set up differently. So I typically, as you can see, set up my teams so they're project specific. Every team is that team, and that team has a project. And that team is able to design, develop, do all the art, etc. Maybe it's better to have a design team, instead of project specific, we or having our teams based around a project, we could have our teams based around a skill set. And then we send projects to the skill, to the team. So like, I can send the design goes to this team. Once it's designed, it leaves that team entirely. Those people never see it again, and it goes to a development team. And those guys are just coders, and they just code it. And then the art team, they get a hold of it and they just do the art. And that's it. Maybe that's the way to play it. I know there's probably some people out there that play it that way. I could try that. I've never tried that before. And I could, set up this floor to do just that. Maybe we have like, I don't know, design 5A, design 5B, design 5C, programming A1, 2, and 3, art team. Probably only need one big art team because the art doesn't take that long typically. You can have probably like a 20-person art team that handles everything. That might even be too many. Because like typically these projects don't have that many art requirements. Like this is Blue Dwarfs. There's one artist needed for that. If I take a look at a full game, like YOLO needs 3 artists, 19 programmers, but 3 artists. Right? And I already have 10 assigned to it. So like that's still too many. So it's an interesting idea. Like, how do we challenge? Basically, the idea is like, how do you challenge yourself from this point? Right? Is it? This is almost a full iteration already to 4. So we're gonna go ahead and just hit development on that. That's fine. It's gonna get developed super fast. So we're gonna go ahead and announce this for, let's say, a May 97 release. So 5 months from now. I mean, that's probably too much as is, but I want to pull games N off of it, and then I can just have games 2 do it. I mean, honestly, we probably should change it. If I change it to earlier, I could just release it earlier. We can make it April instead. I wonder if I'll get a negative for that. Pushing back the release date can make people unfollow and be hard to push back later. I mean, it's already followers, so I guess maybe we just leave it. Yeah, we'll just leave it here, and then we'll get marketing started for it. We can get a bunch of followers for it, because the Sailing Stars are still going strong, right? So that's the thing. Like, we're still going super strong there. Okay. So we have additional shares that we can do for Dolby Laboratories, which line go up, right? So let's go ahead and buy that. And we can start working on getting subsidiaries. We can start working on acquiring companies, buying IP. I mean, if we have $400 million in the bank, if we want to buy games and just continuously develop those games or continuously make new versions of popular games that are already on the market, those are things we can do, right? We still haven't, I've scratched the surface for sure on this game, but I have not done everything that you can do. And one of the things is acquiring other companies and buying other people's IPs. I haven't done that yet. With $400 million in the bank, this is the kind of time to do that. Because if you take a look at what companies are worth, if I just look at all companies and sort them by worth, Sony Ericsson, I'm coming for you. And honestly, I'm probably the most valuable company in the world, because Sony Ericsson, right? They're going to have that whole start at 460 something and then drop. They just haven't dropped yet. But once this corrects itself, it'll drop. And then all your company belong to me now, right? So I could take Mint Rocket, for example. I go to the details for Mint Rocket. I could just buy this, right? They have 51% of this company is available on the market. $114 million. I just buy this company. Or buy 51% of it, right? And then I now can turn it into a subsidiary, and now all of Mint Rocket stuff becomes mine. I don't know if I want that, because all their investments are losing them money, because all of these companies are competing with me and they can't. So why do I want to? So some people out there might say you should buy other companies. The question really becomes why buy a company? Right. That's really the question you have to ask yourself. Nobody buys companies. I had this conversation with somebody in the chat. You don't just buy companies because you can. That's not realistic at all. There is a very strict set of parameters and a much not necessarily seen discipline to acquiring companies. And one of those things is, what is this company going to get me? Now, if you're acquiring a company just to block a product, it's because you think that product is going to negatively hit your sales to the point where it is better for you to buy it and shelve it than it is for you to allow it to exist. Now, that is a very rare occurrence, but it does happen, sure. But I'm not going to do that. So in the case of the company with the 3D editor, this is what the conversation was about. In the case of the company with the 3D editor that came out, right? I bought Coral. Instead of buying the IP for a product that has not proven itself, for a product that is inferior to mine. Instead of that, what I did is I invested in the company that was still not worth much, knowing that they were about to take a good size of my market share. They weren't going to beat me, but they were going to take a good enough size of their market share. And when they do that, their stock is going to go up 3, 4, 500% because they're not worth much. So I, instead of buying the IP, which isn't going to beat me anyway and isn't really worth much to me, I instead invested into buying 43% of the company that was worth dirt. And when it accelerated in its growth, I ended up with millions in gains, right? And so now I can go in to my stocks, Coral, not worth as much right now, right? I already sold most of my shares, right? I sold most of my shares over here. And it looks like it's not quite done going down, but it could spike up again, right? But when I said we should probably pull out of it, it was up here. So like I was kind of right there. But the point is, when I bought it, it was down here. And it's up here, right? That's where my money was. That's how you make the money in the stock market. You don't necessarily need to acquire an IP. Now, another way to look at this from my perspective on like where to go from here is if I take a look and get the reviews for products. So Poser is a really good 3D editor by Foundry. They're kind of taking over my market share. And this is FreeDOS, the operating system, right? Very good product. So what I might want to do in this case, because this product is better than mine. So what I might want to do in this case, if we just take a look at 3D editors, right? I've got Pixel Forge, right here. And then there's Foundry, which came out a year, almost, I guess, almost 2 years after mine. But it has 3 times my customer base, right? So what I might want to do here is buy their IP. Now, this IP is worth $33 million, or at least they want $33 million for it. They believe they can get $33 million more dollars. Now, do I buy this IP? And then I own Poser. Am I going to make $33 million on Poser? Probably not. Probably not. I'm going to make $33 million on Poser. And the thing is, Poser, everything they sell, I'm getting a cut already. So what do I need the IP for? Right? I don't need it. Now, what I might do is, get the company, because the company might have value to me. If they have talented people, they're going to create new products in the future. That'd be good, right? So Foundry, if I go to Foundry, let's see where Foundry is, because I have a lot of money now. It's time to spend it, right? So Foundry is here. They're worth $89 million, which at one point I thought was like way, way too much. Or like, wow, they're worth a lot. Now it doesn't seem so bad. And look at this, the stock's going up, right? So I could buy, 34.2% of Foundry. And they have a really good person here, right? So like, let's do that. So now we own 34.2% of this company. And I'm kind of late in the game here. I didn't see this happening. And I wasn't paying attention. But, I probably could have observed it around here. Maybe even around here before that 3D editor come out. But now that it's out, I'm late. But the thing is, I'm late, but they have a really good person here. And this person has, produced a really good product. So, maybe they're going to produce another good product. I can keep that going. And now that I can benefit not only from the company's stock going up, but, buying their IP doesn't help me as much. Because like now I'm stuck with that IP. I paid $33 million for it. I don't see how that IP is going to make me more money than my current version would. Now, there is merit, though, to buying, like, say, a phone operating system. Because that gets me a foot in the door into a new sector that I'm not in already. And I get it with a really good product that I can support, and I can reiterate, and I can make a new one, right? So if I was to go to all software, operating system, we find phone, we have Cat Phone and Lumia. Lumia is the newest one, and it's also the best one. There's a phone one down here. That's Alcatel's, right? OnePlus. That's not very good, right? We saw that before. So good thing I didn't grab that. Lots of default stuff here in the categories. But yeah, we're looking for the best phone operating system in the market, and that's Lumia by Vodafone. it was released relatively recently. It's already got nearly 1 million users. So this is what I'm interested in. So if I trade this IP, they're not interested in selling it to me. That's fine. Let's go into find this company. And this is the, where is it? How do I get there from this screen? Let's get to the company. Find owner. Yeah, this Vodafone. So if I go to Vodafone, right, only 2.8% of their stock is available on the market. I'm just gonna buy it. Now I own a little bit of that, right? I own a little bit of that phone operating system just because I own a little bit of this company. And then I can keep going and, you know, and try to find opportunities to increase that, because they haven't been on the market for very long. They came in hot, right? And then 450 million, right? And then boom, tanked down to 188. And now they're building back up. So that's kind of where that is. And, you know, I'm getting a little piece of every pie, basically. And, you know, over time, maybe we acquire the IP for that. They're not interested in selling it right now, but if I can somehow acquire the whole company, then, you know, cool. Then I own the IP because I bought the company, right? So that's something we could do. I'm not interested in poaching him because he's not that great. He's about as good as my founder is, but yeah. So there's, anyway, I'm just kind of talking out loud. I know the end of this video is just very monologue-y, but it's just like trying to conceptualize where to go from here, right? I still haven't achieved my goal that I set out to do, but you're going to see a lot of the same over and over again at this point, because it's just like number go up all the time. Design this, develop it, build it. Design this, develop it, ship it, right? That kind of thing. And it's just going to go on and on. But is that okay with you guys? Are you having fun? Do you think you can keep having fun? Let me know in the comments down below. I just fixed 455 bugs with my char platform. That should keep the naysayers busy. Anyone who's thinking about leaving my platform because of bugs, no more. We'll see you guys next time. It's been fun. Bye-bye.